Hey guys, what's going on? Let's make some sense of everything that happened today from the morning to Powell. So obviously the daily, we know now what it looks a little more clear. We're finally breaking out of this daily range we've been in since basically like early March, right? Kind of breaking down out of it now. First time we've really made a daily fair value gap in a very long time. Obviously the last one was here back, middle of March, held for a little bit, and then we ended up slicing through it. And notice when we finally closed back beneath it, we never closed. We never got back above it. So that was a tall tale sign right there that this market wanted to move down first. Um, so the big thing I'm going to be looking for is obviously we know these higher time frame fair value gaps, kind of like the hourly that I pointed out this morning. We finally got back up into that to kind of maybe continue this sell model to the downside to that 17,600 level that we're watching down here. But as we know, higher time frame FEGs like to be filled in, kind of like here, right? Big strong day, come back down, fill it in, and then obviously we pushed higher from there. Opposite case here, I think we're going to come up into this daily fair value gap here to do something like this. Obviously not not this easy. We could get some kind of down here, 50% up, maybe put in our FEG once we reject, and then push back up. But we all know what can happen from there. But looking for some kind of rejection into this daily FEG. But I do think we're going to go up and push into this. So first target's going into tomorrow is going to be 17,988, which is today's high. So look at that. We take out a daily high. We fill in a daily fair value gap, and then what? We probably reject and push lower. If we inverse this, then obviously we have daily order block sitting up here that we could also reject. We could get something like if we have like a bigger day, we could even go all the way up to this daily, and then still, we go up and tap it, and then we get a wick down, and then we still close inside of this, and we don't inverse this, and then guess what? The OB's filled, the daily FEG's filled, and then we can then push lower. So let's go to kind of looking. I think 17,988 is going to be a strong draw. So I'm looking for that first before looking for shorts again, just because when these FEGs are below you or above you when you're looking for shorts, you just don't want to be because daily highs and daily FEGs are going to want fill. It's just like looking for equal highs. FEGs above you, are going to be strong draws just like your equal highs are. So right now, that's what I'm looking for. This morning, I said we were looking for kind of 50% here. We didn't. We almost got it. Right? We almost got 50% here, 18,009. But the big thing was, I kind of mentioned, I was like, we may not get 50% because of because when you're this weak, like you sometimes just come up and you barely tap into the FEG and then you push back lower. Look what happened today. We finally got the move back up into it. I think this is as soon as Powell started speaking, we got up in here, finally balanced this hourly FEG, and then we kind of rejected it. Now you see we're kind of going back up higher. Failed to make an hourly OB to the downside. So if we close above here, 955, then obviously 988 is going to be a good draw. 988 is going to be, right up here. This candle's high, right? Daily high, and then probably up to 50%, and then we'll see what happens from there. Looking at the 4-hour chart, you see we still have a 4-hour. We dug into the 4-hour FEG as well. So just watching that too. It's obviously pretty much the same thing as this hourly and 15. Remember, it's also a big 15 that we came up inside and rejected. But should be an interesting night for Asia and London. Kind of give us a good idea of what's going to happen. But yeah, like I said, just looking to push up into that 988, see what happens, and then this 18,000 land right around 50% should tell us a bunch. If we start really pushing through here, we could be bullish again. But with that daily FVG, I'm not going to go bullish on the daily time frame until we inverse that to the upside, and then start to disrespect that daily order block up here as well. So that's what I'm looking for. The higher time frames. So what happened like today? I mean, let's see. So this morning, obviously Asia lows were here, right? Asia lows here. look what happens. We come down. This morning, you have Asia lows. You take these lows, and then you guys know this is where the pump kind of happened. Um, and then we had this 5 minute BPR here, right? This 5 minute BPR. Look how well this held price all day. So you could count this BPR. You could look at this big 5 minute FVG. This shows you to go how important these FVGs are, and or these two order blocks that are formed off of lows. Whenever lows are taken and you get an FVG, these usually tend to be your strongest fair value gaps in the market, right? So, and then you see, I kind of told you guys. I said as long as this holds, I'm expecting us to move up into the hourly fair value gap, and then you see that's exactly what happened here. And then we just kind of chop the rest of the day, right? But again, shows the importance of knowing where your Asia lows and highs and your London lows and highs are, right? And then obviously 50% in here, 50% in here, and then just a whole bunch of chop that no one wants to make any kind of sense of, right? So we did open up with a small gap down here. You see, we did fill it. We did start to fill it in a little bit. We tapped it, and that's where we pushed up so far tonight. So I do think we're gonna keep on moving up here. Potentially, like I said, that 988 level is going to be a strong draw for price for me going into tomorrow morning. So, and then we'll see. I mean, it's possible we put in Tuesday low of week, but the way the daily and stuff looks, I don't see it. Maybe we put in like some kind of, I guess Monday high of week is like way up there. So we'll see. Monday high of week isn't really a weekly profile that we look for. So right now just stuck in chop again, right? We'll see what happens. We're accumulating for something here, but notice we had a bunch of. This was really nice this morning, right? We had accumulation here. We had manipulation down. Guess what? Take Asia lows, distribute right back up to the highs, right? And then the same thing happened here. We had all this accumulation. Powell comes in. We go up here. We manipulate up back down to the lows of the accumulation. Usually when you draw these, you use the bodies. Look how the bodies come back, the wicks come back down. Sweep those bodies, and then it kind of sets up your just the two sets of manipulation. Your power three or AMD, whatever you want to call it. Two really good examples of that today. Here to the bullish side, and then one to the downside. So just stuff we're always watching for. Other than that, guys, just watch. Just watch 988 and what happens if we take the previous day high here. If we start really getting bullish, I mean, we have another hourly FEG sitting up here. This takes us up to that 133 level, and that daily OB sits right where that daily FEG pretty much is, right? This would be your daily order block up to 183, or even we could just have the wick as well, right at that 1890 level as well. So that's where I'm watching on NQ. ES, almost the same exact thing, right? Daily FVG here. This FVG is at 51.23.25, so looking for price to dig back up into there, another 20 points up or so, and then we'll see what kind of reaction we get there. Remember what I showed you guys last night. Whenever we're hitting these higher time frame PD arrays, even to the downside, these usually tend to give us some kind of bounce to a leftover FVG, a leftover order block, a 50% retrace of some sort. These older FPGs or order blocks or PD arrays, whatever you want to call them, send us back up to fill in those imbalances that we left on the way down to keep the market balanced, and then potentially push back lower. We'll see what happens up in here. So with that, hope you guys have a great evening. We'll catch you guys tomorrow.